Hello and welcome back, and I apologize for that howling wind outside. It's you will hear once in a while this thing. All right, you already noticed that there was no video posted for a while. Well, there are different reasons for that. Personal stuff and technical difficulties. Recently, a couple of days ago, I had laser procedure on my left eye. It's blurry. There was a hole in my retina, so let's hope everything is going to be all right. So let's go to the main subject of this channel, explaining who we are, this whole physical, the mechanics behind, the science behind who we really are, because this is something that is very controversial and not many people understand this. I mean, the number of people that understand this whole concept who we are is very small. And usually those which are trying to explain that, they are using the terms that it's not quite so, and this whole spiritual explanations for who we are not always correct, and there's actually a science behind this, and it was the science, the ancient science, that was transformed into spirituality. We somehow split the human being into different parts. We start treating physical body separately from the soul and separately from the source of everything there is. You cannot do that. You exist as a person with all those three parts. Without them, you cannot be. So the part that is responsible for whatever you are is the desire. The desire resides in the source. You already know. I explained that in one of my previous videos. That desire contains a specific sound. It's like a code, like a special unique code only for you. That specific sound then is picked by the first element, and that first element is helping you unfold into all the way to the physical reality, which in this case it's me. At the source, the desire, it's a something like a statement. I am, and it follows. I am man, and whatever you desire to be. Because not only that statement makes all the elements in your path that is you are going to be dealing with, they are instantly unfolding with you. This is not like there is no delay between anything. So your past, let's say 150,000 years and 150,000 years in the future, they exist right now, right here. There is no gap between them. That's very confusing, because you might say no, yesterday was yesterday, tomorrow is going to be tomorrow. No, there is no tomorrow, and there was no yesterday. Whatever is always right now. Yesterday is right now, tomorrow is right now. So whatever you are activating right now is going to be happening tomorrow. Yes, I am using that term, but it's happening right now, not in the past, not in the future. The same thing goes with the past. The past is something that is happening, but it's not happening within this frequency that you are right now. It is happening in the frequency that you experience already. And yes, I know how that sound, but it's happening right now. You are just aware of this frequency. You are not aware of that frequency, because you sort of switch that and you are here. And then whatever you will be experiencing on Sunday or Monday, it's already there. You are just not aware of that yet. It is a little bit complicated, and probably I lost you already in this. But so let's go back. At the source, you already know We are all part of everything there is. We want to experience life, and when we want to do that, we unfold into the physical. So those are the elements that helping us with that. Is the first element, which is responsible not only for our form, but is also responsible for, is the basic building block for the environment that we are in. All those elements that are in our environment, they are there at will. There is nothing that is forced. Everything is happening at will. Those are relationships that we develop before we leave the source, and everything is not is voluntary. It's just each element say, okay, I will serve you, I will serve you, I will serve you, I will do this for you, I will do that for you, and they stick to that agreement. So are you. At the source, we are all equal. There is no superiority of any kind, of any source. However, we believe that there is this head God and he is in charge of everything there is. This part I am going to explain in a separate video how that happened, and there is a big giant misconception about that. You exist all the way from there up to here, through all realities, through all the stages of unfoldment, through all fields, through everything. You are here and you are there and you are there and you are there at the same time. You are never disconnected. However, because of what is happening right now, there is that disconnect. You are farther and farther away from you, and from as soon as you are away from you, you are also away from others, because we are all one. So if you are disconnected from one part, you are disconnected from the other. Yes, I understand. I said we are never separated, because we are never separated. We experience the separation. We are going farther and farther into the darkness so we can rediscover the light, or rediscover the brightness. As you can see at the first element, you have two parts, which is black and white. They constantly are trying to it appears like they are trying to eliminate each other. However, they know that as soon as one of them would be missing, the other has no right to be. So they are doing this dance, this pulse, but they make sure that each one is supporting each other. Now, in our world, what spiritual leaders and all the PD gurus are teaching you is a complete mess. They are saying, no, it's only love. It's only on this side. The good stuff. Stay away from the bad side. Incorrect. The good stuff is very bad for you. Hear me again. Focus only on the good side. It's very bad for you. Let that sink in. You, as a person, look at the first element again. You are all this black and white. You have all those elements in you. Either you like it or not. And you are gonna be going once to this side and then to that side. It is the balance. It is the how to say that? It's the flow between those two that makes life possible. It is the attraction between those two counterparts that makes this wavy motion, which in reality is a frequency, and then that frequency is a flow. Because if something stops flowing, it does not exist anymore. So you should understand that. So is the love the only force that is created? Absolutely not. First of all, you cannot create anything. No one can, because everything already does exist. The only thing you are moving is the awareness and perception. Let's say you are aware of being a man, but now you have attached perception to that, because being a man can be good, can be bad, can be pleasure, can be painful, and so on. So awareness and perception dictates how you feel about specific situation. but it's neither good or bad. The things, they may appear good, they may appear bad, but what serves you, it's your choice, and you will be going between those two constantly. When you see in India there are bridges where on one side are monsters, on the other are masters, and the movement on that path, on that bridge between those two, that's what life is all about. Remember that. Never ever think in terms bad or good. It just is. Those things just are. At the highest level of our existence, we don't recognize bad and good. We don't have emotions back there. There is no love or hate, but there is at the same time no fear. This might be a little bit confusing. All those subjects I am going to touch on again in other videos to better explain what they all mean. Let's move. Let's talk about the sound, because that might be a little bit confusing. The desire, that core, if you know, and I recommend you should read the book Hands of Light by Barbara Brennan, which explains all the energy bodies, the chakras, all the fields that we have. You will notice that our body is toroid. It's a shape where our crown chakra and is connected to one thing, and our grounding chakra, the base chakra, is connecting to something else, and then there is this circulation between those two. This is a toroid. This is a big giant antenna from we are picking signals from the environment into that egg-shaped aura. There is another part which is the brain. The brain is also a toroid. You do probably, some of you came across findings of some scientists, especially those that understand neuroplasticity, that brain has 11 dimensions. I don't like to use that term because there are no other dimensions. There is only one dimension. Everything is happening in one dimension and one dimension only. There are, however, different structures in that dimension that they may appear as if they exist in different dimensions, but they don't. They are all in the same place, the same space. By the way, space does not exist, neither does the time. This is only an illusion. Therefore, there cannot be, by this definition, you cannot have other dimensions. Simple as that. So the brain, when needs a specific information, or you need a specific abilities, then the brain has the neurons, they connect in specific patterns, and that is useful. Let's say if you are happy, you have different pattern. If you are angry, you have different pattern. If you levitate, you have different pattern. When you are born, you have different pattern. When you are dying, the same thing is different pattern. I call them spheres, because not only there are the patterns, but there are also spheres. Each sphere is picking different signals. You are always aware of everything there is. You are never disconnected. But to know that, you need to access that specific sphere. That specific sphere is translating those that information, and between each of those layers of that sphere, there is a sort of delay. We are working, let's say, with the last two, which there is a huge delay, and they basically deal with our daily routine, with how we communicate with the organs in their body and cells in our body, and nothing else. Those which meditate, they access extra layer, extra sphere, where there is a that sphere can translate information about other things which you didn't know, and don't get any idea that there is a a storage there, because there is none. All that information, you are surrounded with that. That sphere has the ability to translate that and then convey to pulses, send it farther down the line. But there is another gift that we have. We can connect to a layer or the sphere beyond that people can access in the process of meditation, where you are under the impression that you are in connection with other beings. They communicate with you, which basically is an illusion, because that being is you, and you simply are talking to yourself. That information, it appears that that's how the brain is translating that, because there may not be that being there, but the brain, it's under the impression like this information coming from something very intelligent, and that's you, because everything you see, everything there is, it's you. It doesn't matter what it is. It's good guy, bad guy, anything in between, the air, the clouds, the earth, the dirt, that's all you. There is nobody else up there. And then there is one more layer behind this, which contains information about everything there is, which I believe I was told and shown. There is only few people in the history of human existence that they have the ability to access that. They were shown the whole freaking thing. But then to translate this into farther down the line, through all those layers, through all those spheres, it takes time, and sometimes only chunks coming in. Those are the moments where you have, oh, I channel something, I am in possession of information. That happens to me when I was in hospital, when I was shown that peanut, the cosmic existence. I was like, oh my god, I didn't want to even wake up, and just I was in such awe. I cannot describe that. If I died at that moment, who cares? I was safe anyway. No fear, no panic, nothing. It's just complete freedom. But then when you start analyzing this whole thing, it doesn't make any sense, because what makes sense on when you're translating that information, when you are in this unusual altered state, it's different than you are in the physical. In physical, we are trying to use logic, which is very deceptive, and we just kind of are lost. We are caught up in this cannot be happening, because this doesn't make any sense, there is no logic to it, that there are the laws and so on. So that's a struggle, because when I remember when I was translating this whole thing, I said, no, that cannot be, that's not possible. But then when I start looking at the scientific aspect of this, researching other people like Thunderbolt Project, Velikovsky, Suspicious Observers, and other people that are working in this field, I had more and more proof that actually what I was being shown, it's correct. So I already made a couple videos about that. I know that I sidetrack a little bit from the main topic, so let's go back to the source and the first element. However, I am trying not to make those videos too long, because in shorter forms it's much easier for you to digest this whole thing. The other thing is, I'm going in the future videos to try to use a little bit more videos of other people that already discover certain things more scientific way than I am, because I'm not a scientist. I am only presenting to you stuff that is being presented to me, and then I am hoping that there are scientists that they can take that information and see if this is of any value to them. So I didn't present it much yet to you, but as I am going to say more stuff about what is, I am going to give you some very weird information that I am hoping that someone can prove or disprove that. All right. So for now, as I said, I'm gonna be making shorter videos, not too long. And please, if you want something to know, I am welcome your comments, your feedback, your opinions or questions, whatever you want to know. Just let me know, all right, in the comment section. So for now, thank you for watching for this a bit chaotic video. Please share this. Please like it. Visit my Facebook page, Novus Animum, and please, by the same name, visit my website where once in a while I'm going to be posting some articles. Sometimes in the future I am going to also give handouts. There is this polar reversal approaching, and people are going to be in distress. There is going to be a lot of mental anxiety, so you need to know how to handle the situations. I am going to be doing that. There are also, I am qualified as a herbalist, so I am going to give you a bit of information what simple herbs that you are using in the kitchen right now as a spices that you can use to offset some of the side effects of the stress. All right, so thank you for watching. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and see you in the next video. Bye.